It is September 1988, and the world's attention is focused on Seoul, South Korea, where thousands of athletes are assembling for the games of the 24th Olympiad. Among them are 26 men and women representing the United States as members of the U.S. Olympic shooting team. Like all athletes who reach the Olympics, the American shooters have had to make many sacrifices while dedicating themselves to their sport. And while a few Olympians may gain recognition or financial rewards from their achievements here, most, like the shooters, have made those sacrifices in pursuit of less tangible, but no less significant rewards. That's why members of the U.S. shooting team deserve special attention from anyone who still understands and appreciates the original spirit and ideals of the Olympic Games. And that's our goal, to look at athletes who have dedicated themselves to a sport where the true spirit of amateur competition remains alive, and to witness a triumph of dedication. Though shooters seldom get much attention from the general media, their sport has been one of the most enduringly popular in the Olympics. Since the modern games began in 1896, shooting events have been held in every Olympics except two, 1904 and 1928. In recent decades, shooting has attracted more participating nations and athletes than all other sports except track and boxing. Over the years, shooting has also proven to be one of the most difficult sports for an individual to dominate. Only 11 shooters have won 2 individual gold medals, and no shooter has ever won more than 2. Among the 2-time gold medalists are 4 Americans, including 2 in recent years, Gary Anderson and Lona Swigger. Not surprisingly, Americans have done well in Olympic shooting. In fact, American shooters have won more medals than athletes in all other sports, except track and swimming. So members of the 1988 Olympic shooting team are certainly part of a proud tradition. And in looking at these men and women, it's easy to see why shooting might be described as the world's most democratic sport. Because no other sport produces Olympic-level competitors who differ so much in age and size, and in their backgrounds. The youngest member of the U.S. shooting team is a 19-year-old college student from Tennessee, Scott Sweeney. A shooter since the age of 8, when he took the USJC's BB gun safety education course, Scott has been competing in his event, running game target, since he was 12. In contrast, the senior member of the team, 52-year-old Don Nygaard, didn't even start competing internationally until he was 42. But he certainly made up for lost time. And in 1988, Don is one of only 4 Americans competing in more than one of the 13 shooting events, men's free pistol and air pistol. Another American entered in 2 events is a 25-year-old former high school gymnast and cheerleader, Lonnie Miley. A resident of the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Lonnie has spent at least 24 hours a week preparing for her 2 events, women's standard rifle 3-position and air rifle. Dan Carlisle, a 32-year-old Californian, has spent more than half his life as a competitive shooter. A bronze medalist in trap in the 1984 Olympics, Dan will be competing in both trap and skeet events in Seoul. Another veteran of the 84 team, 44-year-old Eric Bulyoung, is entered in the air pistol event, which is making its debut in the 88 Olympics. The great majority of shooters find all the personal satisfaction they're looking for in club activities or in state and regional tournaments. But some will aim at higher goals and begin to take the first steps on a long and difficult road. The road may start in a field in the Midwest, or in the foothills of the Rockies, or at a shooting range in a large city. But no matter where it begins, with enough discipline and dedication, it may one day lead to a distant land, where athletes will assemble for the gains of a future Olympiad.